Kody and I are officially done.
Are you serious?
I'm not joking. Like, our marriage is over.
I just had a date with this guy, David.
Hi, baby.
We've already planned our second date. I'm just telling you that straight up.
Kody and I have officially said it's not working.
Really?
This was not the way it was supposed to go.
What did I do to deserve this? What did I do wrong?
The property needs to be paid off.
I've actually thought about asking if he wants to buy me out, but we got to pay it off, and he's not talking to me about it, so I think I'm going to have to lawyer up.
Hi friends, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. It is Tuesday, August 13th, 2024, and I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. So the brand new season of Sister Wives has been announced by TLC, and it will be starting on September 15th, 2024. The network released a trailer, and in the trailer, we see a glimpse of what's about to come in this upcoming season. It includes Christine and David meeting, Janelle and Christine talking about Janelle leaving, Janelle and Kody having conversations, Janelle taking shots with Christine, Kody having a complete and utter meltdown about everyone leaving, Christine gushing over her new man, Kody and David meeting, and of course, if you're wondering if Robyn is going to show up in this episode or in this season, yes. Robyn shows up and she acts as though she is the idiot left standing with Kody, the malignant narcissist. In a press release by TLC, which was obtained by Without a Crystal Ball, that's me, this is what they have to say about the brand new season. Sister Wives is set to return to TLC on Sunday, September 15th at 10 p.m. Eastern and Pacific Time, with a highly anticipated season full of new revelations and emotional moments. Kody, Meri, Janelle, Christine, and Robyn continue to share a genuine glimpse into the complexities of their relationships, moving forward as best they can for themselves and one another. This season, the family faces the devastating passing of Janelle and Kody's son, Garrison Brown. Through the heartbreaking pain, the family navigates this incredible tragedy and comes together to mourn and celebrate his life. There has been much change over the past few years where all the Browns are facing new pathways forward. Meri takes her recent decision to leave Kody one step further by appealing to her former church for an official release, their version of a divorce. Janelle doesn't need a divorce and is just moving on, which for her means moving from Flagstaff. Christine has found her soulmate David, and in less than a year, they go on their first date, move in together, and then marry at a beautiful wedding surrounded by friends and family in Moab, Utah. While 3 of Kody's wives have left, his 4th wife, Robyn, remains legally married to him. Now that the Browns have left polygamy behind, Kody and Robyn face challenges together as a monogamous couple and how to adapt to a lifestyle they never planned on living. Viewers this season will continue to follow along with the Browns' family triumphs, tribulations, and unimaginable heartbreak. It's like wild to me that Robyn gets a tiny little blip at the very end of that, but that's what the press release says, and then they put out the trailer, which we'll talk about here. The 30-second clip you saw at the very beginning of this video kind of highlights the beginning of the season, I'm assuming, with Meri discussing that she is done, Janelle telling Meri that she is done with Kody, Christine talking about meeting David, Robyn saying this was not how it's supposed to go, Kody having a temper tantrum and basically saying, "What did I do wrong? I'm surprised it wasn't another knife in the kidney," and what did I do to deserve this? Like playing the consummate victim. And ends with Janelle talking about the property and saying that Kody's not talking to her about it, they need to pay it off, and it's time for her to lawyer up. We know in the real world that the property does get paid off. We also know in the real world that at this point, the property remains in all of their hands. Nothing has changed. So I don't know if a lawyer is involved, but there hasn't been any change to the property, except for the property is paid off now. The next part of the trailer goes into this.
Such a teenage drama.
Do you remember that I have that house in Utah?
It's going to be healthy for Meri to live away.
I feel like the idiot that got left behind.
I'm not your wife anymore.
It's not divorce that sucks, it's marrying the wrong person.
What sucks is marrying the wrong person and not having the decency to tell her until 32 years later.
Civil war. Total civil war.
Clearly, Kody hasn't changed because he's still degrading and like dismissive of his relationship with Meri and blaming her because he married the wrong person and trying to devalue her by saying that he married the wrong person, to which Meri obviously says he didn't have the decency to tell her that he married the wrong person for 32 years. I don't believe that Kody married the wrong person. I believe Kody was in love with her and he's just trying to devalue her because his ego is bruised and wounded because everything has fallen apart. Meri moves to Utah and she is at the inn, which we've known this for quite some time, that she has been at the inn for more than a year. She actually moved to Utah last summer. So I believe it was like in the spring or summer of 2023. So it sounds like this season we're going to be catching up with 2 years, because as the press release goes, it says it's been a few years, catching up for the next few years. So I do think that what they ended up doing was having to catch up into real time because they wanted to include Garrison's passing in this season. So Kody and Meri might be having a conversation about her getting a release. And, you know, I could see Kody getting mad about that because he can't then claim her in the afterlife if she gets a release from him. But it's also interesting that Meri would go to the church to get a release. The other two women didn't, Christine and Janelle, but Meri still does, maybe because she's still loyal to him, or maybe she wants to get back at him and make it so that he has no claim on her. Remember, Kody said that he didn't want Meri to have a claim on him. Maybe she doesn't want him to have a claim on her. Maybe Meri still in some way believes in the faith, not in polygamy. I don't know. But going to the church is interesting because they haven't really talked about the church that much. And then obviously Kody's dramatic and he calls it a civil war.
I would like you to meet David.
Ta-da!
The guy that Christine is dating is going to be at this party.
I think we're meeting Christine's new boyfriend.
I wanted to break this up so I can specifically talk about this altercation or this incident that happened with Christine's boyfriend, who's now her husband, David, meeting Kody at this party. Because I don't know if we're going to actually see this fallout, but this is the party that Gwendolyn said that they made about David and Kody meeting, and it was her engagement party. And she was so upset about Kody meeting David and that the network was making this about Kody and David meeting when it was actually her engagement party. So they're taking a special moment for Gwendolyn, and then they're adding the drama of Kody and David and taking the focus off of Gwendolyn, which is unfair. And this is something that plays out a lot on the series, where something that's very special to one of their kids becomes sound bites of drama and chaos. And it's part of the reason why a lot of them don't want to be associated with the show anymore. Gwendolyn did say on her Patreon that before she filmed this party, she was forced to sign an NDA by the network, and Kody was trying to wrap most of his kids into an NDA to stop them from talking about him online and disparaging him online, and that the way that this was treated by the network is why she'll never be on the show again. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what she said. We know that she'll probably show up with everything that happens with Garrison, but that was a very pivotal moment for Gwendolyn in her change about the show. And it is unfortunate that her special day is overshadowed by Kody and his dramatics.
Oh, I don't know. I need to find a man. I'm not going to take sides. I'm not going to be in the ex-wives club. I'm not in the Kody and ROBYN club.
I'm having a hard time feeling like losing respect for you.
ROBYN, I can't even get it straight with you right now. I keep thinking that you and I could make this work. What about you and me?
We have had so many conversations where I've said, it's done, we're not compatible.
So we're going to see Meri talk about dating. We're also going to see her talk about not wanting to take sides between the ex-wives and Kody and ROBYN. You know, when it comes to Meri, I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that Meri just isn't close to anyone in the family. And so for her to chum up with Janelle and Christine wouldn't even make sense because they don't have a good relationship. And then with Kody and Robyn, that scene looked very staged to me. And it's also very weird to me that even though all of this is filmed well after COVID, they're still filming outside of their house. Like apparently Robyn doesn't even let them film her and Kody inside the house, which continues to make me wonder what is in this house that they're hiding. Like, why can't they just film inside of Robyn's house? Is she that bad of a cleaner? And she said she's having a hard time respecting him. And then he's like, I can't even get it together with you, which she looks like she's acting and he looks like he's acting. I kind of feel like that whole conversation was set up, you know, because Kody and Robyn are actors and actresses. And then obviously Kody is still not letting go of his quest for polygamy and wants the money of Janelle and is going to try to weasel his way back with her. In the past, that strategy has worked, but she's clearly done with him and over with it. So do with what you will. I don't know that I see, if this is the most dramatic scene of Kody and Robyn, I think their storyline might be pretty boring. It almost makes me feel like their conflict is being manufactured for the show. I honestly wonder what it's like inside of their house that they're not showing us.
I didn't know we were having a fight here.
I wish I wouldn't have ever married her. Listen, it's confusing from day one.
That's bull.
Well,
That is so not fair to me. I would have rather you have told me, Kody, years ago.
blame yourself if I don't love you, okay?
So Kody is still doing the trope of the talking points of the cult where it's the woman's responsibility for her to behave in a certain type of way so that the man will love her. And so she's confronting him about their relationship, wishing that Kody wouldn't have been such a coward and told her years ago that he wasn't interested in her and he wanted to move on. But instead, Kody was wanting to just be like every other polygamous man where he puts his wife out to pasture and ignores the wives that no longer breed for him or are obedient to him. And he punishes them by making them stay married to him and taking money from them, but fully ignoring them as humans. And I want to be clear, like, what happened to Meri is happening to women in the AUB every single day. Women that are disobedient from their husbands, not falling in line, not breeding children anymore, doing things that the husband doesn't approve of, not doing enough, not keeping sweet enough, are discarded the same way that Meri does. And they are expected to just stay and suffer through it and endure to the end because in heaven they'll get better blessings from God. And I don't know if this season's going to even discuss what the release process is like. I don't know if it's going to be, the press release talks about going to the church for a release. And this kind of makes me wonder, back in September of 2023, the AUB had a conference with the Brethren, and at the conference, they were talking about all these issues they were having with relationships and women being in relationships with men that were abusive or feeling abandoned and not wanting to deal with them anymore, and women coming to the Brethren and asking for releases, and they were saying they were inclined not to grant releases. And I kept thinking, this seems very strange that they're talking about this, but it could be that Meri's release is going to be on the show, and I don't believe you're going to see anyone from the church involved in this. I don't believe any of them will want to be on camera. I don't believe Dave Watson's going to want to be on camera. I don't believe the Hess family will be on camera. I don't believe any of the Brethren on the council will be in the show. So it feels like if she's going this route, it's going to kind of set the stage for other women in the cult to say, like, if they want to get released, this is what you have to do. And in a way, I commend Meri for going this route because this can show other women in their cult that you can get out, even despite what the Brethren say. And, Meri and Kody has done a lot over the last several years of trying to make it seem like Meri's volatile, that Meri is abusive, that it's Meri's fault that he didn't love her, that Meri is the horrible one in this relationship, that everyone hates Meri. But in all fairness, Kody is and was married to Meri legally for more than 20 years. And he had affairs outside of their marriage. He fathered children outside of their marriage. Those women, you know, sort of made her feel like invalid because she wasn't contributing in as many children. She had to put up with being the face of the family and hiding the other wives. She had to be in charge of the discipline for the kids and sort of be the brute for Kody. And Kody was using Meri as a spy, which basically alienated Meri from everyone. Kody was allowed to put everything on Meri and say, well, the reason why this all fell apart and the reason why the abuse happened was Meri. It had nothing to do with me. But that's just him using someone else to do his dirty work. So regardless of if Meri did it, I put the blame on Kody. Now, it's not to say that the women in this system can't be abusive, but it's that Kody is the one that's instigating all of it with his behavior, and the system itself is making the women feel jealous and out of control, and then they're told they can't feel jealousy because that's evil and wicked. It makes and takes women to the ugliest sides of humanity, and it gives men all of the power and the strength. And so, you know, she says, I didn't know that we were gonna have a fight here. And in my view, I'm like, well, maybe they should have a fight. You know, maybe we need to see them fighting on camera. Maybe we do need to see them raising their voices, because Kody has done a damn good job of trying to silence her for so many years and force her to go along with his narrative that they're still married. And mind you, if Meri wouldn't have forced the conversation on camera, Kody wanted her to fake it for the cameras and wanted her to fake it for the show, so he looked like he still had wives that he was taking care of to his church and to the polygamous community. You know, in polygamy, they want to make it seem like all the women are taken care of. They want to make it seem like all the relationships are equitable and equal, but that's not how it works. I've spoken to so many people from this cult, and it's almost always you find that the men have a favorite wife. The favorite one is the wife is the one that gets all the control, all the gifts, all the accolades, and everyone else is sort of supposed to like bend down to the favorite wife. And often the favorite wife becomes the legal wife. And with him and Robyn, once Robyn became the legal wife, she had all of the control in the family. Janelle and Christine never had control because they were always mistresses. They were always concubines. That's what the cult calls them. They call the women concubines that are not the legal wives. And so because of that, they had no claim on him legally in any capacity. And so the legal wife holds rank over everyone else. And so he changed the dynamic when he divorced Meri and traded her for Robyn. So I think that Meri, it deserves an argument with him here. And honestly, it would be wonderful if she raised her voice, frankly, because someone deserves to tell this man off. Even if he won't take accountability, it's like no one in this family will ever hold him accountable and yell at him and say, like, you're wrong. They're also afraid of his temper, and they probably know that it's not going to go anywhere because he's just going to gaslight them, project, deflect, you know, make it their fault like he does. But, you know, to take your power back, I think it's powerful for a woman to say, I'm not taking this anymore. That's just my opinion. So this is basically how the Sister Wives season trailers work. Is the first part of the trailer that they released before the season includes the first half of the season. Last season, I think there were 18 normal episodes, so 18, 15, 14, I don't know. There was 18 total episodes, and so basically the first trailer they released was for the first 9 episodes. I don't know how many episodes they're going to have for this season, so if it's 18 again, this would be the most dramatic moments in the first 9 episodes, which kind of makes me wonder if anything dramatic even happened. Because even at the episode where they're talking about David and Kody meeting, it doesn't even look that tense. And there clearly wasn't any fighting that happened. So is the season going to be a snooze fest for the first half, like it's been for several seasons, because they're manufacturing this for the show? I think we're going to continue to see more honesty from Meri, Christine, and Janelle. And I think we're going to continue to see lies from Robyn and Kody. And I think Kody and Robyn are going to continue to play the victim in all of it. So what are your thoughts on the season trailer? What are your thoughts about Meri getting a release? And what are your thoughts about Robyn saying she feels like an idiot and the last one standing and losing respect in Kody. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed, and click the bell so you never miss a video. Bye, everyone.